schools COVID dashboard released. It is not good.
Much of Maricopa County now in the red. That means there's a substantial number of cases and the positivity rate is more than 10%.
What's more, Gilbert, Queen Creek, Chandler, and Mesa have high cases. In the East Valley, then on the west side, it's Avondale, Buckeye, and Glendale with high cases. And based on today's map, school districts are going to have to figure out when or if students return to virtual learning. Here's ABC 15's data analyst Garrett Archer's take on the numbers and how this compares to the summer.
So when you look at Maricopa County's school dashboard, we're seeing evidence of community spread right now. Any of these categories that they break down from schools to zip code, 60% of any category is going up at this point. So now here's the good thing. Right now, the per capita numbers that we're seeing are only about half or even lower than half of what we were at our peak in Maricopa County. So we have to consider that when we're looking at this, but they are going up at a pretty substantial rate right now. We don't know if they're going to get to that peak. That remains to be seen, but there is some room right now. We are not anywhere near where we were at the very beginning of this.
So parents have been faced with so many tough decisions this year about their child's education, and it looks like another one is coming up right around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. ABC 15's Adam Maltz joins us live, digging deeper into the data of COVID-19 and our schools. Adam?
Yeah, Katie, Steve, the numbers, the maps, they look daunting, but how does COVID-19 spread in the community correlate to COVID-19 spread in the school? I talked to a pediatrician and continued that conversation with Garrett Archer to help parents make an informed decision about their child's education.
COVID-19 is back to having pretty substantial community spread.
What a difference 5 weeks makes in Maricopa County. The map of COVID-19 spread inside school district boundaries becoming significantly more red since early October.
We see about a doubling every 2 to 3 weeks in the number of students and staff that are impacted or have been infected by COVID-19.
The latest update showing virtually the entire county in either moderate or substantial COVID-19 spread, meaning state and county benchmarks, which are case rates, percent positivity, and COVID-like illness, are high. If schools followed state recommendations, every county but Greenlee should be in hybrid learning. But in Maricopa County, of the 61 schools with outbreaks, 74% are open.
Children roughly make about 22% of Arizona, yet only 14% of the new cases are kids. It doesn't make sense to me, right? You know, we have schools are now in session. But then again, we see the cases are rising.
High schoolers have been hit much harder than elementary. At Mesa Public Schools, which is living in the red, 940 students and staff across the district are in quarantine. A look at the district's dashboard, nearly 60 cases in the high schools.
There's a much higher chance that a high school student is going to be infected by COVID-19 outside of the school premises than it would be an elementary school student.
For example, I have a first grader. I can pretty much control what he does during his life outside of school. Whereas if I had a 16-year-old, that becomes more problematic.
When deciding whether to pull your child from school, pediatrician Gary Kirkelis says, look inward.
If you have members in your household that are high risk, maybe considering pulling back and doing virtual learning if it's not already in place.
Dr. Kirkelis added for parents, he suggested that they look at both the county maps and metrics as well as their individual school dashboard to help make the best suggestion, best decision to their kids' safety. In Phoenix, Adam Waltz, ABC 15, Arizona.